So, Dragon's Dogma 2. First off, I was an insane fan for the first one. I didn't play the first one like when it first came out. I played the Dark Arisen one, where microtransactions really weren't even a thing in that game. But even in this one, we're gonna get to that. But I am coming from being a huge fan of the first one and knowing what I was getting into with the second one, whether going into like what the story was going to be like, what the combat was going to be like. Max this motherfucker up.
Over so soon? Why? We seem to have come through unscathed.
Performance was a little iffy. Was not sure about what that was going to be until up into people getting their hands on the game themselves, and even then it was a little shoddy. But I knew that I was going to be in for a AAA Capcom experience, because this is a AAA Capcom action RPG, and even more so directed by the guy behind Devil May Cry and all that. So I knew this game, above all, was going to have tight gameplay. Balance. Oh my god. Fuck off! The music's getting bombastic. It's my turn now. Stab his fucking face.
What does that sound? Fall back.
Thank you. What the fuck?
You have my gratitude, sir. Should seem I misjudged.
And I'm right on that. So, start of the game into was amazing. I love how they gave us like a character creator beforehand, so we didn't waste too much time. It is kind of, I want to say, it's almost understandable why they did that, because they wanted people to have their time with this. This whole one save slot thing, I can say, is not very good. I don't know why they gave us 5 slots for main characters and 5 pawn slots, but when the game comes out, we only have 1 save slot. And it's getting to the point where, like, if you try and do any kind of workaround with deleting your save, apparently people are getting locked out of the de novo. Like, the de novo is locking them out of the game because it's taking it as a whole nother kind of activation. And that's a whole bunch of worms. But they're looking into it though. It was crazy to see that, like, day one of the game coming out, they already had like a newsletter talking about how they're looking into a new game option, and I'm like, I don't know why that was overlooked in the first place. But my thing would be, hopefully, but it's not even my most hopeful thing for what they put into. I'm okay with my save, but I know I shouldn't be thinking, oh well, if it's okay with me, but I am a selfish person, though. I'm not gonna deny that. So I'm not really having issues, but I do see it being an issue. I do see it like being a very big issue, and something that definitely needs to be addressed. But if you are someone that is comfortable with who you picked and who your pawn is, cool, let's move on. Game is amazing. When people are saying that this is like rivaling Elden Ring and Baldur's Gate 3, I feel like they're not wrong in thinking it, but let's go and try and boil it down, or at least keep on giving it a lot of thought as to why we're thinking that. And I think we're thinking that with Dragon's Dogma 2 because this game is immersive. Your pawns, A1. Your pawns learn, your pawns help, and your pawns do stuff when you tell them to do it. When I need heals, my pawn is there with the heals. I made her a mage, by the way. So yeah, I'm getting free heals. I'm getting magic. I'm getting like the crazy fire AOE, like the flamethrower kind of assists, and I'm liking it. When you know I need help, she comes in to help. When I'm getting when I need her to move in and, you know, start doing some damage, she goes right in. And I've seen multiple clips of pawns in other people's games just being like the goats, and I feel like it's something to really recognize the fact that we've come a long way from Kingdom Hearts 2 Donald. I feel like it's come a long way, but it's to the point where it's starting to feel it feels really good, and it's giving me like that kind of it's that kind of how would you say it, in Infinite Wealth, it is almost effortless to get like these chain reactions of things that you did not know was going to happen until you hit the button to do it. And that's what it kind of feels like with Dragon's Dogma 2, where your pawns can be so efficient, and it feels really good when you go through a battle. And I have to commit, and it's always a blast to get that, to have got a really hard battle going on, or just any kind of battle in general, and after every battle you could just walk right up to your pawn and dap him up. I think that can lead to a lot of fun moments. It can lead to a lot of fun, and it makes the AI, makes not working with the AI a chore. It makes it very fun. When it comes down to working with yourself, though, I have only worked with the Thief class, but I could say that the Thief class is one of the most shredding classes. I haven't even gone to anything too nasty, but I know that this class was meant to cling on to large opponents and shred damage. And that's what this whole that's what Dragon's Dogma 2 is. That's what Dragon's Dogma in general is all about. Is just climbing onto the big gargantuan sized opponents and just stabbing the hell out of the weak points. Stab his fucking face! For what I had, that small point with the Thief, A1. And I'm seeing other people just have loads of fun with the other classes, so I'm sure they put a lot of work there. And there's even more vocations ready to be experimented with and challenged with. Combat, A1, goated, love it already. I'm barely scratching the surface, and I can say that I'm going to be having a blast with it every second of my time with that game. Questing. When it comes to questing, love it. I absolutely love it. I'm going to be loving the fact that there is going to be time restraints. It's got that Dead Rising kind of feel, you know, like that whole, like you're being tight. You have time limit. You cannot just stack up on side quests. You cannot just leave that cat stuck up in a tree for a week and expect it to still be there a week later. You know, no, like Susie hates your guts now. That cat is gone. But if you are efficient and you see what you have in front of you and say, oh wow, I really got to tackle that. You know, there are going to be those things where it's like, man, I can't just move on to what I'm doing and leave this guy like his. You know, I can't just do that. Like, if I come back even just a day later, like, who knows what's gonna happen, you know? And I like that sense of urgency. It makes you feel very in the moment. It makes it feel like it's very personal. You could choose to ignore, you could choose to follow. With side quests, it's amazing because there is that, you know, you could tailor off, because the main quest is always going to be there. I'm not sure if anything about the main quest would have like timed repercussions for it. It would be hard to see how they fit that into it unless there's like branching paths with the story. But they do say a lot that your choices do matter a lot in this game. So, but yeah, questing is amazing. What stopped me? Performance. This game is atrociously bad. I just have to say. They do say they're going to address it in a patch. Just like how they said that in the same newsletter they put out, saying that they're going to be looking into a new game option. They're also going to be saying that they're looking into the performance. What I just want to say is that I have the recommended specs. I'm far past the minimum. I'm right. I don't know how far past recommended, but I do meet them. So I should be able to at least expect a 30 frames a second playable experience throughout. That should not be too hard. I'm trying to just word this as much as I can, just so I don't have anyone in my comments. I will pull up system information. I will pull up the recommended specs. I will pull up everything I saw to convince myself that I am not tripping here. They really need to get back to the drawing board on how to optimize this. Yeah. This is a problem. This is an absolute fucking problem, bro. Yeah,
This is quite a quandary.
as soon as I got into the Capitol, and they gave me control of my character, and I walked outside, nothing. Like, it was choppy, it was unplayable, and even if I did try to just push through it, even just to like, oh, we'll just get past it, we'll just get past the city, you know? First off, I'm probably going to be losing out on talking to a lot of NPCs, picking up on quests, doing all sorts of stuff. Like, I'm going to be tampering my own experience just for, you know, let's just get out of the city. Let's just make it so. And no, I'm not going to be killing NPCs either. I'm not doing that kind of FPS boost. I'm just going to be saying that I don't want to play it off stream. I do want to give it a chance. I haven't played it on this PC. I was streaming it at a friend's house, and her PC and my PC are similar, but mine is a bit more overclocked, tuned. Okay, I decided to hop on the game just to, you know, wonder what my what my rig runs it at. And let's see, we're recording this, right? We're not streaming, keep in mind. And I am going at a steady 40 frames.
Interesting tidings about town.
Okay, hopefully that doesn't... If anything, I could just turn the game down. But yeah, just want to add this little addendum. Yeah, this is crazy. So I'm actually able to run this at a much better frame rate. Yeah, we're still getting stutters.
Is this a challenge arisen
But
to see who can keep pace?
this is 25 to 30 compared to the 10 to 15 that I was on the last setup I was on. So this is definitely better. So that just means that once I am home a little more, I will definitely be able to stream this. We'll definitely be able to get on this a lot more. Guess I just can't. This is just for the for over here. Yeah, still insane. I do hope that Capcom still fixes this, because I'm sure the general public is still just having an insanely unplayable time. But anyway, performance is atrocious. It hindered my experience on even just continuing the game. I don't think I want to until they do something to address it. And to anyone who says that I should upgrade my PC, fuck right off. But anyway, that's going to be it. Let me know what your guys' experience has been. Like I said, I really do want to like keep up on this kind of format of like talking about what I did playing a video game. little harder to do it for like live service games, but I am playing a lot of Helldivers lately. I might stream that, you know. Hey, maybe I could review vlog whatever major order is going on in Helldivers or whatever. But you know, I do want to make more videos. I do want to just prove to myself that I can hit that record button and, you know, work on the video. But anyway, that's been it. I will try to get back on Dragon's Dogma 2. I will be keeping my ear to the ground on hearing news about what they can do to make the game more playable for the general public. I can only imagine what it's going to be, what it's like for other people. Like, I could still say that I am probably like having an above average PC, and people who are meeting the recommended specs and having lower specs than me I can only imagine how mad they are. But anyway, that's going to be it. Thank you to everyone who watched. Appreciate it. Catch you guys next time. Later.